Hello and welcome to 8-Bit Landfill, where we'll be exploring the hidden dregs of retro console gaming and digging up the weirdest, most obscure and downright worst games we can find. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom.
And today's soggy bag of crisps is Ladystalker on the SNES. Our old friend's Tato.
More like Tainto.
Tainto.
No.
Oh, cool.
Right.
Some weird...
Climax Entertainment.
Epic. I'm actually really worried about this. It's called Ladystalker. I don't like the sound of it.
That combined with Climax Entertainment, it could be one of those weird Japanese games.
It's definitely one of those weird Japanese games.
This doesn't look too pervy at this stage.
Okay.
Do you reckon this is like a very old precursor to Bayonetta?
Maybe when she was a kid. I don't. Yeah. Okay.
I think save file something.
Oh,
yeah. Perfect.
Jesus.
I get the feeling this
you
might be Japanese.
You can't speak Japanese. Read Japanese brains.
I did actually learn Japanese for,
so what
for one term.
What am I doing?
No, I didn't learn all of I learned Japanese for one term
Oh.
because I thought it would be fun, but it turns out it's just incredibly unfairly hard. And the teacher was somewhat of a dick. I'm just going to throw it out. Somewhat of a dick.
Okay,
I did learn how to say Konichiwhat properly.
Was it like a
Konichiwhat?
Very good. Was it an English, like a British?
It was
teacher?
a Sussex. No, it was a Japanese dude.
Guy, right.
Yeah, he was just a little bit punctilious.
Good word.
Yeah.
Okay, this is explaining to me the premise of the game.
A long time ago in a galaxy far away.
Yeah, I don't really like the juxtaposition of a high-heeled shoe and a knife.
Yeah.
That's not really.
I hope it's the lady doing the stalking instead of us stalking a lady.
Yeah,
but from the intro sequence, it seemed like we were playing as the lady.
Yeah,
unless she's a lady stalking other ladies.
What comes after the knife?
A spade?
Yeah.
It's gardening, though. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's just
it's cooking,
fashion, cooking, and gardening.
So at least it's, it might not be misogynistic, but at least
it's a little bit old-fashioned.
It's sexist.
Perhaps. It's a little bit sexist, but it's
we're not here to murder women.
No,
which is
a relief.
That's a good thing. I don't know what's going on. It's not loading, and I can't actually.
Well, I'm assuming this is story, which we should be reading. Were we Japanese?
Yeah.
It seems like it's coming to the end of it. 'Cause it's got the international sign of
Here we go.
Climax Entertainment presents
the universal ellipses. Yeah.
Come on, present. Oh, perfect. Yeah. Oh God, is there no way to skip through this dialogue?
I really hope there is.
Holy fuck. So let's just take a minute to examine the mise en scène. What do we think is going on up in this bitch?
Okay, so David Attenborough is talking to some woman in a library, but it looks like some sort of fortified war library.
Yeah,
with
they've got barbed wire, very extremely thick barbed wire and sandbags. Yeah. And then some sort of oil lamp, I believe, to the left.
Yeah.
I think like an old paraffin lamp.
And kind of lots of copies of the same books.
But they're enormous. They're nearly the size of a person.
Yeah, aren't they just? I don't actually know if the buttons are doing anything here.
Okay, you think this might just be a cutscene?
I wish it wasn't.
Should we take this opportunity to drink some more?
Yeah.
Okay.
On it.
This was. I feel like this was maybe an ill-advised choice, but we had no way of knowing that Ladystalker was going to be so dialogue heavy.
I know, yeah.
Is he going to hand us a book? He's taking a book off the shelf.
It could just be like a badly translated.
This
title.
is bullshit. Look, that book is just like a regular-sized book, whereas on the shelf that was like 3 feet high.
It's just the perspective.
This is inconsistent. I'm getting bad vibes about this, Dan.
The buttons don't do anything.
Yeah. If start pauses.
The start doesn't pause right now.
Start doesn't pause.
Not
that
here.
is an unforgivable sin. So one of my major quarrels with the PS4, which for the most part I'm having quite a lot of fun with, is that they've taken out the start button. It's now called the options button. So you get this fucking insane situation at the beginning of the game where it will say press options to start. Like we all knew that the start button would give us options. Like that's been the case for many, many years. But just call it start. What's the absolute point of that?
That takes away one of the best things to do, which is when someone asks you what the controls are.
Yeah, you can say start pauses.
And
that's one of our.
Can't do that.
That came from one of our friends, Toby, who for years has been fucking up people at parties by telling them the least useful advice possible for gaming. Start pauses.
This is just fucking ridiculous.
This is not great. When are we going to get to see the lady stalking or
do the lady
lady stalking?
I don't know. I want it to end already.
She is in looks like a snazzy mauve one piece.
I can't figure out if my button presses are doing anything.
Oh, there we go.
No,
not in control.
Shit.
She seems to be reading a book and like being very excited about what's happening. You can tell from all the exclamation marks.
I know, right?
It seems kind of strange that there'd be exclamation marks in Japanese language, but maybe.
What? And there's no like kanji character for it.
They seem to have absorbed that. Yeah.
Wow, she's hard. She's punching through this fucking wall.
Holy fuck.
Sweet. Right, might get to play now.
Okay, I'm getting a bit excited. No.
Still not playing, no.
Oh my god, it's Spademan again.
Spademan.
Jeff Spademan. Long lost brother of Jeff Sun.
He looks like...
Which doesn't make any sense because they got the same first name but different surname.
He looks like a billy goat. A billy goat with a spade. Fucking hell.
This is... Like, that's a very long time to read a relatively short sentence.
No, but not if...
And there's a chef now. There's an armoured chef.
Maybe, I mean, Final Fantasy... No, or Metal Gear, Final Fantasy, they all had, pretty extended intro sequences, right? I could read them and I could follow the story and be interested in them.
But maybe the problem is, if we were Japanese, this is like fucking Shakespeare. Yeah. And we're just not aware of it. That's probably not the case.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm wondering if Ladystalker is just a bad translation and actually it's like
It's Lady Reader?
Or dating... Lady Reader, yeah.
What, there's a fireball?
Yeah, you just threw a fireball.
I had no idea what's happening. What's another fireball?
I don't think maybe this is just like a fucking... It's just FMV all the way through. Maybe it's just... You just watch the game.
There must be at some point it's going to kick into you doing something, but... What's going on with, like, the gardener and the chef and fireballs is what I'm picking up. And he's back again.
Fucking hell. I don't know if the buttons...
I think we have no way of knowing yet whether this should go back into the landfill. We have nothing to go on at this stage.
I mean, it looks quite pretty.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Up.
Ladystalker.
Again, back to the shoe and knife motif. The Apocalypse Engine. Okay,
that's quite cool.
Interested.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, why not? I bet earlier on when it was making me enter all that text, I didn't know what it was saying. It was like, do you want the extended intro sequence? Oh dear. Right, I'm playing now at least.
You ever heard of a difference engine, Dan?
A difference engine?
A difference engine was the first computer. It was made by a bloke called Charles Babbage, and it was some proper steampunk made out of brass and cog stuff.
Okay.
And it's kind of the foundation of modern computing. And he unfortunately could never quite get the funding to make his analytical engine, which was this beast that involved a steam engine to make the damn thing run.
A steam engine?
Yeah,
like a train steam engine?
Yeah, this is to kind of run this cog-based copper and brass computer. I mean, in the most basic possible sense. I mean, the first thing they did with it when he managed to build the difference engine was use it to make artillery charts for the Royal Navy.
Okay.
It's math basically in it. It's just way easier. It was the world's first pocket calculator, if you will. It's close to that.
It was about...
Well, you could
wide,
program it to do some fairly complex stuff. Are you actually in control of this at any stage?
I'm controlling it now.
Okay.
I can't... I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, that's punch.
Well, I think that's slash with a knife.
This is the inventory, which we can't read.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Yep. There must be some animals to kill at some point.
It must be something to stab. I mean, so...
This could be like a female Zelda, possibly?
Yeah, it looks kind of similar. It looks like it could be that. I feel a lot more comfortable about the fact that I'm not going to be stalking women.
Yeah.
That I am playing as
Be going into a church? Why did so many Japanese games have churches in them? It's pretty strange.
I don't know. I guess it's to appeal to Western markets, right?
Yeah, possibly. There seems to be like a lot of games that seem pretty Japanese. They seem to be kind of interested in the motif of the church, but I mean, I don't think Christianity is close to being like a majority religion there.
No, but the Sanctuary was always like a really big part of the Zelda games as well, and it was, yeah, kind of had that ethos to it.
Can you please find something to stab? I want to see what the stabbing is like in this game.
I'm trying to break... It's like she just talks to everything.
Yeah.
I mean, which is fine. The problem that I think we're going to have, right, is that I think that the methods to playing this game are hidden in amongst its impenetrable Japanese text.
Yeah. I feel like we should try and befriend a Japanese person to sit on these things with us.
Yeah. That might be useful. I kind of just assumed it'd be, pretty action heavy, or at least a bit weird. And it doesn't seem to be that weird. It just seems to be a bit ordinary.
Yeah, I think, like you say, we were expecting something that was going to be like one of those deeply troubling hentai games.
Yeah.
That we were going to feel dirty playing based on the name Ladystalker.
But then we could all...
by Climax Entertainment.
I know, right? Shit.
But
no, it's just walk 'em up. a power...
now you're gonna ditch 'em up?
Fucking hell. I don't... Well, she can't do anything. I don't know what I'm...
Do that? Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you do not grasp the language skills to use this item.
You've got to talk to that guy.
Well, maybe, but even if he tells me what to do, I'm not.
But he could just open up a path. You never know. He'd be like, "Oh, no, I'll give you the key to this."
Fall in the fucking ditch again.
Yep.
This is gonna. It's just gonna be a case of just getting as far as possible.
Yeah.
And I think that we might have reached that plateau already, because I've got a ditch to the left of me.
Ditch to the right.
Brick wall to the right.
And here I am.
Stuck in the middle with you.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Jesus Christ. It's funny because you're Jewish. I can't do anything.
No. Can you at least rob somebody for small change? Can you try and stab up... is that a small child?
The problem is that the button for attack is also the same button for talk. So it's going to make it really difficult when I do encounter an enemy and I just have a nice chat with him while he gouges my face off.
Yeah. Things like fancy sleep. The scale in this game is fucked. Was he just walking all over pillows? Like what? That's just... I don't know. I was raised better than that, Dan.
I wasn't, but I just think I might just hit all of these until... Oh shit!
6 or 10?
I don't know. It doesn't let me. Can't really do anything with that anyway.
Yeah, this might be a non-starter, really.
I know.
I feel like we're not even qualified to say whether this should go back to the landfill or not.
I just no, I don't either. I mean, it looks pretty.
Yeah, but I mean, this is SNES, so there's a lot of much prettier looking games on this. I think we're coming from playing a lot of NES games recently. Which, by comparison, it looks better, but I mean, this is no Sonic 2, my friend.
It isn't. It looks a bit like Secret of Mana. It's kind of similar to that. I
was not the biggest fan of that.
No?
I've never, I have a bit of a bias against games where numbers fly off enemies when I hit them. It's just automatically kind of annoying to me.
Really?
Yeah, I just remember that.
You mean Final Fantasy style? Like HP
for some
reductions and...
Yeah, I mean, for some reason in a turn-based game it bothers me less, but in something that's kind of like an action RPG, can you imagine how shit Zelda would be if there was numbers flying all across the screen every time? That's one of the things that's kind of putting me off Destiny at the moment.
Right.
Because some of that looks kind of interesting to me, but I just don't want to be playing a game where I'm shooting things in the head and seeing kind of red numbers fly up. Yeah, it just kind of detracts from any kind of immersion.
I know what you mean, but it's one of those. I think it's one of those times where what they're trying to do is essentially merge two styles of gameplay. Like I remember playing Final Fantasy 12 for the first and only 10 minutes I ever played it, and just being really pissed off. As a fan of the series, being really pissed off when it was effectively real time, but you run up to someone and you try and attack. And you can't, there's no battle screen.
Yeah.
You can't just attack them. You can't just press X to attack. You've got to then wait your turn. And for me, that really took me out of it. And it I understand the wanting to mesh those two different styles together, but it just really threw me, and I didn't like it.
No, I know what you're saying. I just like a good turn-based battle system. I don't see the need to continually try and fuse the two because it seems like they're antithetical. Final Fantasy 13 is riven with so many flaws and there's so many bad things you can say about it, but my god, the battle system was fun. I sunk a good 50 something hours into that game. Annoyingly, I got to about hour 57 of what's considered to be around a 60-hour game, and then my house got burgled and they took my PS3, they took my hard drive, they took the Wii that was in the house, and the most annoyingly, they took the power lead to my television, but couldn't actually get round to stealing my television, which I'm glad they left the television, but at least leave me the power cord. I mean, come the fuck on. I had to, it's one of those bizarre proprietary Panasonic leads that I had to order from their website, so I was just sitting there with a powerless TV for several weeks.
That's just a real arsehole move.
Oh, that's such a kick in the pants. That's a real dick move. But I guess at the point where you're burgling people's houses, you're probably already a dick. I'm just going to throw it out there.
Yeah, that's true.
This didn't seem like one of those poor people bumbling through trying to get by in life. They just robbed me blind.
Sad
we
times.
We appear to be just treading over the same area now.
I can't really get any.
No, I think we're hamstrung. I think if we're playing a Japanese game that's just, you know, like a shoot 'em up or something, we can probably get through a decent amount of it without it being too much of an issue.
Yeah.
But a game like this, which seems to be dialogue heavy and involving inventory and things like that, it's not going to work.
It's not going to happen, is it? Well, it was worth a punt, and it looks nice enough. And
it could have been horrific. It's called Ladystalker. We were expecting it to be like a 3-alarm siren for Anita Sarkeesian. It's not worked out like that.
No, unfortunately not.
No.
Well, I don't feel like we're kind of in the right place to say whether this is a good or a bad game.
Yeah, we're going to leave this teetering on the edge of the landfill.
Maybe we should revisit
like the
it
bus
with
at the end of the Italian Job.
Italian Job. Yeah. Maybe we should come back with a Japanese person. Yeah. And see if it's good, or maybe we should copy down each little bit of dialogue by hand.
That seems like a lot of work.
And see if we can,
put it through Google Translate. That seems no. It's going to be easier to get a Japanese friend, which I've always kind of wanted anyway.
Yeah, someone out there has translated this.
Yeah,
we'll find out. But in the meantime, I'm gonna chat to this woman because she looks nice, and then leave them in the ether of 16-bit hell.
Let's leave them to it.
Cool.
Okay, well that brings us to the end of another episode of 8-bit Landfill. This one's neither going in nor going out of the landfill. It's left teetering on the edge in purgatory for shit games. So goodbye, Ladystalker. You were far more dull than we were anticipating, and we'll leave it at that. Bye. And we'll leave it at that.